And we say hello and good day to you. From WMUN's Studio B for Wolf Boom Radio on the campus of all of our stations on the south side of Muncie, Indiana, it is April the 7th, 2026. This is the pre-audio and video feed on our YouTube channel, Wolf Boom Studio B. Please sign up for it. It's free and easy, and you get to make faces at us, and we can't see you making faces at us. This is the little show before the show. The radio program every day is called Delaware County Today from 8 to 9 a.m. What we talk about is what people are talking about. Much of it local, in fact, hyper-local impact information. Good news, love it. News that you need to know that's kind of hard to hear sometimes. Got to do that, absolutely, and everything in between. My name is Steve Lindell. My producer is Jackson Jacoby. JJ, I call him. Nobody else does. He's in the Axia Command Center. That is right across the way from where we are in this building. You'll hear about who we're going to have on the program in just a little bit when we're on the radio live. You'll know when I'm getting close when I put on the headphones. In the radio business, old people like us call them the cans on the head thing. But for now, I'm just sort of yakking at the screen here and watching the clock. We are 8:04 on the Nugget. The newscast that is on the air top of hour is something that you hopefully are needing to know. There's a lot going on. And there could be a lot more going on, nationally, internationally, etc. We'll have live updates, Fox News Radio right around the top of the hour, every day, and breaking news as it happens on the radio first, the original social media, and also on all of our other platforms, including wolfboomnews.com. All right, now the headphones are going on the head. Headphones on the head, that would be a little redundant. From the Department of Redundancy Department. Yesterday when I did this, I was watching the replay with my beautiful wife, Nancy. The audio wasn't working right off the top. I'll be quiet because I'm going live radio now.
Now, new, live, and local. And every weekday from 8 to 9 a.m. This is the show talking about what you want to know, what you need to know, and part of Wolf Boom Radio's mission to use our voice to build our community. The all-new Delaware County Today, presented by Muncie Community Schools. Now on WMUN, the Talk of Muncie. Here's your host, Director of News Operations and lead morning anchor, Steve Lindell.
People are talking about the weather. It's cold outside. Better soon. Fireworks convention in Muncie could get loud. Altrusa guests at 8:30 this morning. And there is a door hang tag controversy. I'll explain. And let's see here. County says yes to smokes. Those stories and more all coming up through the hour. It is Delaware County Today in Studio B of the Wolf Boom Radio Group on the campus of WMUN and the rest of our radio stations. 6 formats, 1 mission. We use our voice and our pictures to build and connect our community. Paul is vacationing. Sister Sherry was worried he was sick. No, Paul's okay. He's just taking a break. Let's get our substitute meteorologist right now, Mr. Clausen.
Nothing but sunshine in the forecast here throughout the day today. That's the good news. The bad news is your temperatures will really struggle to warm. It's a slow process throughout the day, to high of only 46 this afternoon. Tonight, increasing clouds, a low of 32 degrees. And then for tomorrow, we finally start to bring more spring-like air back. Look for a high of 65 under partly cloudy skies. I'm in for Poa Petit. I'm meteorologist Todd Clausen.
All right, well done. Thank you very much, Mr. Clausen. Love the pickles. Clausen Pickles, right? I don't know. Doubt that he's related. Hello and good morning to Sacramento, California. Los Angeles is listening. Sister Sherry, I saw you up early and texting me too. There's Mama in Minnesota clicking on in the North Country. Chicagoland is always listening. Fort Wayne, Fishers, Speedway, Indianapolis, and I just saw Moncks Corner, South Carolina. How far are you, Moncks Corner, South Carolina, from the Masters, a tradition like no other? It gets underway this week at Augusta National. Let's get to our weather after a bit in case it changes. We have Mr. Clausen with hourly updates. It's news time now, though. These stories and more airing on all of our stations in East Central Indiana, and right now for you on WMUN.
The season concluded Monday night with Michigan knocking off UConn to win the national championship 69-63 at Lucas Oil Stadium. Michigan's head coach Dusty May is from Indiana, and he says this championship journey is about way more than just him.
We have an incredibly talented group of coaches that never make it about themselves. And these guys have made our players the number 1, 2, and 3 priority from day one over their own careers, over their own individual attention and accolades.
And Michigan finished this season 37-3. John Herrick, Network Indiana.
The Anderson Township Trustee's Office hosted a fact-finding meeting last week as part of the State Attorney General's investigation into Mounds Mobile Home Park. The Herald Bulletin says the residents' concerns include upkeep, water issues, and a lack of clear communication with ownership. Winchester Main Street is our hometown hero of the month for April. President Jamie Michael told Delaware County Today about the organization's goals.
It is our mission to bring people to downtown Winchester. We focus on historic preservation, building and business growth, and just bringing the community together.
That full interview from last week is on WMUNmuncie.com. EAA Chapter 226 will host a memorial for Elwood's Bob Snyder tomorrow from 6:30 to 8 p.m. at the Anderson Regional Airport. Snyder, the amateur pilot who was killed when his plane crashed on North Madison County Road 100 West in November. The public's invited to attend the memorial. The Muncie Community Schools Kindergarten Roundup has been set for this Thursday, 5 to 6:30 p.m. at all 6 elementary schools. Families can register their 5-year-olds for the school year coming up while getting a first-hand look at their future classroom.
For the very first time since 1989, Michigan has won the national title in men's hoops. The Wolverines knocked off Connecticut 69-63. Jay Berman, Fox News.
The freeze warning sticks around through 10 o'clock Tuesday morning for most of central and north central Indiana. After that, temperatures get as high as 80 in some spots late in the week.
By early next week, we do have additional chances that return, and there is a low chance for potentially some severe weather early next week.
And Greg Mello with the National Weather Service in Indianapolis says they'll have more details on that as we get closer. John Herrick, Network Indiana.
An April 30 hearing at the State House could be worth $22 million to Nestle USA. Herald Bulletin says that's the difference in dispute between the company's tax estimate issued by the Madison County assessor there. Anderson sophomore Don Bowling III selected to be in the Indy Star All-Star Futures game June 1 at New Pal. Bowling averaged 20.1 points per game this season, competes for the North squad. Hugh Jackman is returning to Muncie. The award-winning actor, producer, and philanthropist will address Ball State's class of 2026. During spring commencement, May 2, Jackman will receive an honorary Doctorate of Arts degree during the ceremony. The Cultured Exchange Club is an evening alternative for Madison County business people who can't attend the afternoon Exchange Club meetings. President Treva Bostic explained some of the club's mission, including a highlight of the project this month on Anderson Talks.
One of our missions is for National Child Abuse Month, and so we have put together some activities along with the Noon Exchange Club as well, and just more of prevention, and that's what we're about, and a service club.
That's the sound of Michigan Wolverine fans celebrating their team's 69-63 win over the Yukon Huskies at Lucas Oil Stadium. Their head coach is Indiana University graduate Dusty May.
Give themselves up for the group, and it's never guaranteed. But
Greenfield native Braylon Mullins is a guard for Yukon who finished with 11 points. After the loss, he told Wish TV that his freshman season was full of learning experiences.
I mean, there's so much growth. Just learning like how different college basketball is.
John Herbeck, Network Indiana.
Elevate 2026, billed as, quote, the Shooters event of the year, is this Thursday through Saturday in Muncie. Daytime meetings and events happen at the Horizon Convention Center, some at Prairie Creek, plus fireworks, tests, and displays at the Muncie Fairgrounds. Times to be shared tomorrow right here.
Less than a week into their space journey around the moon, astronauts Reed Wiseman, Jeremy Hansen, Christina Cook, and Victor Glover rewrote history. The crew circled behind the moon, out of reach of mission control, truly on their own. But then Christina Cook checked in.
Integrity, comm check.
Integrity, we have you loud and clear.
Next stop, splashdown off the coast of San Diego in just a matter of days. Gernal Scott, Fox News.
Spring practice is off to a solid start for Ball State's football team, with head coach Mike Uremovich telling WMUN he's already seen a squad with several new faces begin to gel as a unit.
The guys are coming together. We really don't have any, quote, new players anymore. I mean, they've been here 3 months, and they're already building relationships with their coaches and teammates. So that's been fun to watch because it's a bunch of new guys, but they've been here for a while now, so they're not new anymore.
Jupiter Power is considering a $500 million investment that would include building 2 battery energy storage sites in Madison County. The Herald Bulletin says the sites would be near the intersection of County Roads 800 South and 400 East, but there are some local concerns. More local every day on our free wolfboomnews.com. On WMUN's Delaware County Today, live from Studio B, I'm Steve Lindell. Now let's get a quick snapshot of our day today.
It's April 7th, and this is your Fox Daily Snapshot. Cheers, it's National Beer Day. On this day in 1933, people could once again buy, sell, and drink beer, so much so, Americans guzzled 1.5 million barrels of legal beer and ale. Also on this day, in 1948, the World Health Organization is established. It's the United Nations agency concerned with fighting disease and epidemics worldwide. In 1805, the great explorers Lewis and Clark leave Fort Mandan in North Dakota to continue their journey west. Born on this day, singer, songwriter, actress Billie Holiday in 1915, actors Jackie Chan in 1954 and Russell Crowe in 1964, and legendary writer, producer, director Francis Ford Coppola, who brought the world the Godfather trilogy. I'm CJ Papa, and that's your Fox Daily Snapshot.
On WMUN, News Talk, Sports Talk, Community Talk. Our guests arriving in the green room now for bottom of hour. We're about, 10 minutes away, 10 or 12 minutes away. Stand by. You're going to hear about the Altrusa plans just a little bit, bottom of hour. Steve Lindell, live from Studio B on the campus of Woof Boom Radio. We talk about what people are talking about, and clearly one of those huge stories is this one. It's a remarkable rescue.
Securing America.
President Trump and American military leaders spoke Monday about the rescue of the crew of a downed F-15E aircraft in Iran.
We leave no American behind.
War Secretary Pete Hegseth said the rescues were not border operations.
This was deep into Iran.
After the pilot was rescued Friday following a 7-hour daylight flight over the country, the search for his weapons specialist became the focus. CIA Director John Ratcliffe said while the search took place, his organization conducted a misdirection campaign
to confuse the Iranians, who were desperately hunting for our airmen.
Eventually, the crew member was found in the mountains, hiding. Joint Chiefs Chairman General Dan Kane said a rescue helicopter
was engaged by every single person in Iran who had a small arms weapon.
General Kane reminding all U.S. troops,
we will always bring you home.
Kevin Uretsky, Fox News.
WMUN 92.5 FM, 1340 AM, and all the other ways to consume the radio airwaves. You can play it back later The video is on our YouTube channel. Subscribe. It's free and easy. All the cool kids are doing it. Woof Boom Studio B is the handle of that one. Search for Woof Boom Studio B, and you get a lot of content, visual, including but not limited to our Thursday program this week in Ball State baseball. I think Kurt Darling is going to handle the anchor duties of this week's program. That airs on Thursdays at 5 p.m. I'm getting from the green room a hand up. I believe Mark Forster might actually be handling the duties. I did just say duty on the radio and on the YouTube page. I hope we don't get blocked now. Steve Lindell, the fun never ends. Hold on, more coming in a moment. This is Delaware County Today on WMUN.
Too many families face a widening gap between what they can afford and what they need to thrive. More than half of families in the U.S. today are one paycheck away from financial crisis. At Good 360, we deliver hope when families need it most, providing essentials like clothing, hygiene items, and household goods. Put help within reach. Learn more at good360.org.
Start your day with Quaker Protein Instant Oatmeal. The instant oatmeal ready to help you tackle whatever your day brings, like wrangling your toddler into their car seat. That was fun. Coaching your 6th graders soccer team. Go girls! And carrying all the groceries in one trip. Whew. Try Quaker Protein Instant Oatmeal, granola, and bars. Great taste and a good source of protein. Quaker. Bring out the good.
Hey, it's Jonas Knox, and when production shifts, your workforce has to keep up without driving costs up. Express Employment Professionals connects manufacturers with skilled talent fast, contract or full-time, so the job gets done right. Need assemblers, machinists, quality inspectors, maintenance techs, or production leaders? Get started at expresspros.com to find the right people when you need them and reap the benefits of a flexible workforce. Hire smarter and faster with your local Express office. Go to expresspros.com to find a location near you.
Too many families face a widening gap between what they can afford and what they need to thrive. More than half of families in the U.S. today are one paycheck away from financial crisis. At Good 360, we deliver hope when families need it most, providing essentials like clothing, hygiene items, and household goods. Put help within reach. Learn more at good360.org.
Want to hear more? Replays uploaded daily on WMUNmuncie.com. Now back to Delaware County Today with Steve Lindell, presented by Muncie Community Schools.
Thank you, Tom Campbell, the voice of WMUN, and he is the one probably listening in the Fishers area or something like that right now. On the video feed, I'm bringing up a replay of last year's event that happened in Muncie, a convention called Cobra Con. It has been rebranded now as Elevate 2026. It is all about pyrotechnics, fireworks. If you're watching the YouTube replay video, you can see the things that they do. And they're going to do some of that at the Muncie Fairgrounds again this year. Now, think of it this way. This is positive and good economic development. Visitors come into your area. That's a good thing. Now, it will be to some just a tad bit alarming because in April, it's not the 4th of July. You're not working on being accustomed to hearing and or seeing fireworks. So we're going to do some of that again at the Muncie Fairgrounds. Let me just lay out this convention that's coming to town. Officially, it begins tomorrow on April the 8th, and then the 9th and 10th and 11th when they do things predominantly at the Horizon Convention Center for the convention itself. This is, again, pyrotechnic people, fireworks folks that are selling their wares and services and dealing and interacting with with other fireworks people. It's really quite remarkable what they can do. It's unbelievable, the technology advancements and the fun and beauty and excitement that comes up with this stuff. And they chose Muncie to come to again to do this convention. So the visitors are here. They're spending money in the restaurants and the hotels. We reached out to Jeff Neff from Destination Muncie. We're going to see if he can shoot us an economic impact good news story. We'll share that when we have it. The fireworks themselves will be shot at the fairgrounds. The fairgrounds will be closed to the public, but you're more than welcome to be in the areas around the fairgrounds where it's safe to park and watch and so on and so forth. Some of these events are going to happen during daylight. I didn't know they could do that, but they can. And then they'll have nighttime shoots as well. I got the schedule right here. The Delaware County Fair Board let us know that they will have April the 8th, so today's the 7th. That'll be a tomorrow thing, from 3 to 5 in the afternoon. They will have a 2-hour window where some of those pyrotechnics could be shot off at the Delaware County Fairgrounds. Then, on April 9th, the window is from 1 to 3 p.m., another 2-hour during the day event where some of that could be shot off as examples and also for us to enjoy if you want to see what daytime fireworks looks like. Then on the 10th and 11th, there'll be night shoots. They'll have a 2.5-hour window. It doesn't mean they're going to shoot for 2.5 hours nonstop. They'll do that between 8 and 10:30 p.m. on the 10th, that's Friday, and on the 11th on Saturday. So they have clearance from the city of Muncie and the police department and so on and so forth. Got to make sure everybody is all checked with and A-OK on that. This is a great economic uptick for Muncie, Delaware County, again, because of the visitors. It will be alarming to some. In fact, we checked with a post from social media. The 911 dispatch center is the source on this. Just yesterday, I think, they wanted to make sure everybody knows that when, not if, you hear or see what's going on with this event that I'm talking about in Muncie, the phone calls do not get made to 911 or even to dispatch. They can't do anything about it, and more importantly, everything is okay. So if you are maybe living near the fairgrounds within that immediate area, you may want to make sure your neighbor knows that this is going to be coming up so nobody's scared or alarmed. There's no one under attack. There's no problem. There's nothing bad happening. In fact, this is quite good and a very good thing for Muncie, Delaware County tourism, and we like those conventions coming in. That's a very good thing. So thank you to the Fair Board and all the others that gave me direct information on everything that I just shared with you. We'll continue doing that on WMUN and the rest of the Wolf Boom radio stations to make certain that people are clear and okay with the information they have about what's going to transpire over the next few days in Muncie, Delaware County. Next item for this morning, a big day today regarding your health.
This is House Call for Health. Tuesday is World Health Day. The World Health Organization, or WHO, wants to unite the world with its theme for 2026, Together for Health, Stand with Science, saying it's to celebrate the power of scientific collaboration to protect the health of people, animals, plants, and the planet. The organization says it and its partners work around the clock to generate scientific knowledge on health priorities, ranging from diets to healthy water, vaccines, medicines, infections, and chronic conditions, and that because of scientific innovations, our health has improved substantially over the past 100 years. WHO also argues the future will be shaped on how science-led approaches are developed and practiced for the health of all, not only humans, but ecosystems and the entire planet. There's also a One Health Summit being hosted by the G7 presidency of France. You can get more information at who.int, or for more health news, go to foxnewshealth.com. House Call for Health. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News.
On WMUN, in the 3-shot right now, in a moment, you will see people in those chairs right there. Yes, you will. They'll be from the Altrusa Club of Muncie, Indiana, USA. For those watching the video replay, you can see their website there in the background and all of the beautiful, nice people that are involved. At least they showed up for the picture that day. We'll get to that in just a second with Karen Dahl, y'all. I'm not supposed to say. Actually, she said it was okay, but we'll explain. Just hold on, will you? We're back in a moment on WMUN.
You know that state highway you're driving on? We built that. That hospital you take your sick child to, we built that. That gas that heats your home. That drinking water you find so refreshing. The electricity that turns your lights on. We built that. Hi, this is Sean Beatty, Union President for LiUNA Labor's Local 1112. Our labor's impact on East Central Indiana often goes unnoticed. We may have dirty hands, but we have clean money. And we reinvest that money to build our community stronger. Go to LiUNA1112.org. Feel the power with LiUNA.
This week in Delaware County, a weekly show on WMUN that's part of our promise to use our voice to build and connect our community. Listen Saturdays from 9 to 10 a.m. to catch up on local news, community info, and talk about issues and ideas that you need to know on 92.5 FM, 1340 AM, and on Alexa. Say play WMUN.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation, so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
Live, weekdays from 8 to 9 a.m. with replays later. This is the Daily Delaware County Today with Steve Lindell.
Here we are in Studio B as we bring up all of our microphone inputs. We have guests in studio. You can see them now. Look at that. I haven't even aimed the cameras. I hope I aimed them correctly because I just guessed before the show begins. I'm going to have Karen introduce herself first. And please do say the entire name for me, if you would, the way that I wanted you to say it.
I'm Karen Dahl, y'all.
There you go. Very good. And aside you, please.
Susan Volbrecht.
Okay, very good. And we are all in Studio B to talk about the Altrusa Club of Muncie. I have an Altrusa personal story to share with you at the end of the story here.
Okay.
You didn't have any idea, did you?
No, I didn't.
Okay, so Karen, I'm going to start with you. The fundraiser is coming up, the dates and times and so on and so forth.
Our Spring Into Auction event, which this is our 5th year doing the auction. Before it was a style show, but it's coming up on Sunday, April the 19th. It starts at 1 o'clock, but the doors will open at noon to give people a time to check in and look at all of the awesome items and things we have up for auction. And then we'll have a great lunch with Chef Ryan Bell from Ivy Tech has created it. The auction is at the Fishers Building on the Ivy Tech campus downtown.
Okay.
So.
All right. Let's go to some of the awesome items. From memory, could you cover some of those awesome items that were just sort of mentioned a moment ago?
Yes, we have some first-time stuff and some classic stuff. So Sue Whitaker's peanut butter pie always sells for approximately $1 million.
Well, yeah, $1 million.
No, but really hundreds. And then I know we've got a photo walk experience from Ty Morton, which will be really fun.
Oh, he's so good.
We've got a basket from Destination Muncie, and then we have like a ton of specialized baskets, gift cards to go in them, all that good stuff. So, like, good for regifting, but also for yourself.
Oh, no. You want to keep that. You better keep the pie if you buy that. I have had the Whitaker pie before. Spring Into Auction, the Altrusa Club of Muncie, Altrusa International Club, Miss Y'all, I'm going to call you Y'all. The club has been around for a long time. Are you aware of that history part?
Yeah, so the Muncie chapter has actually been in existence since 1923. So 103 years that we have been serving the Muncie community.
And what sort of things do the club focus on? And with these fundraisers and the money that you're going to raise, what's that for?
Yeah, so we've worked really hard to serve those in need in the community. Our main goal, our main concentrations are on literacy and women's and children's issues. The club supports those through service projects and other various ways. And then we also have the Altrusa Foundation, which is separate. And Susan is actually the president of the foundation this year.
Okay, Susan, why don't you talk about that part?
Well, the foundation is our local chapter of an international organization. They provide disaster relief and literacy materials. For us, we have a lot of grants for local organizations. Some of our local recipients have been Muncie Public Library, Minnetrista, the Yorktown Community Schools Foundation, Muncie Mission. And I know we give away a lot of $2,000 grants. I think this year we've used up all of our budget already for the year. It reboots in June. We also give an approximately $10,000 scholarship for one student each year.
Wow, that's fantastic. This is the Altrusa Club of Muncie, and their event is called Spring into Auction. I see what you did there. It's Spring into Action. Is that what you're a little play on?
Yeah, kind of.
Did you make that up?
No, I did. I was
think that's
not
a Kay
the
Bales.
one in charge. I think Kay Bales, who's our fundraising chair, I think she was the person behind that.
It's very creative. It's very well done. I see it's presented by Whitinger Financial Advisors. We should give them some love, too.
Absolutely. They are our main underwriting sponsor this year and actually for the past few years, I believe. And then we also have Coldwell Banker, Pultz Volbrecht Homes, Reed's Plumbing, and there's several other local people that have sponsored local businesses.
If it's from memory, I don't want to bust you out, but if you have some more to mention there, you sure can. They deserve some credit, and I want you to give them that.
Prospect Home Inspections, My Go-To Guy, Family Vision Care, Swift Accounting, and University Dermatology.
All right, very good. We're talking about the Altrusa Club of Muncie and their event that is coming up April the 19th. I saw there was an early discount ticket price. Can you still get tickets at the door,
You
though?
cannot get tickets at the door.
Okay.
So tickets are $45 a piece, and of course that includes your lunch and everything. And then, or you could buy a table if you have a big group of people you want to bring. It's $250 for a table of 8. But registration does end on April the 12th, which is, I believe, is this Friday.
Sounds right.
You can go to our Facebook page to register, which is Altrusa International of Muncie. That's our Facebook page. Or you can go to our website, which is www.munciealtrusa.org.
Okay, there's so much to remember. I don't know how.
Sorry.
I don't know how any of you remember any of it. Doors open at noon. Bidding starts at 1 o'clock that day.
Yes.
And as far as the bidding process is concerned, is that is there a piece of paper in front of the items? I'm just literally wondering how that works.
When we set up the items, we try and include like what a value is. So when people come in, they can preview the items and kind of get an idea. And of course, the auctioneer will talk about the value, and then they'll start the bidding and just go from there.
Do we have an auctioneer like humana, like that kind of an auctioneer?
So I'm a little slower than that. I'm not like Ryan Kramer speed auction.
Oh boy, don't even get me started there.
But so we do have quite a few items that'll be live auctioned, and then we also have a raffle set up where for some items you can drop a raffle ticket in the box and hope to be drawn for that item.
Ryan Kramer, who is not running for mayor, and he also lied about Costco on April Fool's Day. We're very aware of Ryan. Every time I see Ryan Kramer, by the way, because of his auctioneering prowess, I just walk up to him and I say, humana, 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 and he says it back. I'm Steve Lindell. This is WMUN's Delaware County Today. Before we wrap up, is there anything that we didn't touch on that you want to make sure to tell the folks this morning?
You know, it's a pretty big change this year. We've always had this at the Delaware Country Club, and they've always been good to us, but we've just kind of outgrown the space. So it's going to be a much bigger spot this year in the Fisher Building, and the food is going to be buffet style. So lots of choices, lots of accommodations for dietary restrictions, and no waiting.
All right, very good. Yeah. Last word to you, y'all.
I mean, I just would hope that we get more people to register. It's just a great event for our local community, and and also if you're interested in becoming a member, you can also go to our website or our Facebook page to get more information about that as well. We're always looking for new faces.
All right, Karen Dahl and Susan Volbrick, they're in this morning for the Altrusa Club. Now, my quick story at the end of the interview here, my connection to the Altrusa Club. I met my beautiful wife, Nancy, who was one of the models when the style show was still going. So I'm married to one of the models from your former event, and we both still have very much a heart for the Altrusa Club because, in a manner of speaking, you brought us together.
I think you should renew your vows at the...
I think you should come to the auction and renew your vows. We would love that.
Could we do it with an auctioneer?
There you go.
Sure.
Humana, I do.
Humana. Excellent. We like having fun. Thanks very much for the good work you're doing with this group and the good work you're doing selling homes, too. Good luck to both of you on all the great things you're doing in the community.
Thank you.
Well, thanks.
Absolutely. As we continue, we have more to come. This is Delaware County Today, and you're listening to WMUN.
This is Inside Indiana Business Radio. I'm Gary Dick. The Fort Wayne Football Club has announced a multi-year naming rights partnership with Fort Wayne-based Ruoff Mortgage for its new soccer stadium on the city's west side. The sports and entertainment venue will be known as Ruoff Mortgage Stadium. Ruoff Mortgage is led by CEO Mark Music, who also owns the Fort Wayne Football Club. The arrival of the Ocean 7 Ranger cargo ship at ports of Indiana Burns Harbor last weekend marked the official start of the 2026 international shipping season. The vessel completed a 52-day journey from Taiwan, carrying equipment for U.S. Steel's Gary Works, the largest integrated steel mill in North America. Its cargo includes a 63-ton dewatering drum that will be transferred by large barge across Lake Michigan to the facility. Port officials say the ship's arrival is both symbolic and economically significant. You're listening to Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Indiana University is shaping the future of healthcare with Hoosiers in mind. Advancing discoveries that become treatments for Alzheimer's, obesity, cancer, and rare diseases, and training the providers trusted to deliver them. From the lab to your local clinic, IU powers medical breakthroughs and the talent behind them. Discover how IU is solving what's next at iu.edu/impact.
We build Indiana. The Laborers International Union of North America builds and maintains roads, bridges, and other essential infrastructure that make us the crossroads of America. So thanks to LIUNA members' work, Hoosiers have a better quality of life, like access to utilities, easier routes to jobs, schools, or medical care, and deliveries keep moving. We build Indiana for good jobs and stronger communities. The Laborers International Union of North America. We are LIUNA.
Business and economic development drives the 765. That's why WMUN News Radio created the website and the weekly radio show called 765businessjournal.com, Mondays from 9 to 9:30 a.m. Hosted by longtime Muncie resident and former broadcaster Lefay Pagese. Sponsored by IU Health, Town of Yorktown, MIPS, Ivy Tech Community College, Muncie, Minnetrista, YMCA of Muncie. If you have tips or questions about business and economic development, email WMUN@woofboom.com. That's WMUN@woofboom.com. You can also call and leave a voice message at 289-6397. Listen to Delaware County Today on Alexa. Just enable the skill Then say, Alexa, play WMUN. Now back to Steve Lindell.
Thanks once again, Tom Campbell. Delaware County Commissioners have amended the ordinance. They will allow smoking in cigar lounges. Not everyone agrees. 2-1 vote. It was a no. Hold on a second. Making sure of this. Hold on a second. Sherry Riggin cast the lone no vote on that. This is WMUN with a national champion crowned last night. Michigan won at Lucas Oil Stadium. We had coverage earlier this hour. I'm sure that Fox News Radio will have some more to talk about. That story, of course, is not the biggest one that is on people's minds. What is happening over there and what might happen today or tonight with respect to the U.S. involvement in Iran. We will continue following that story with Fox News Radio. Updates right around the top of the hour. The other big story that people are talking about in Fox News Radio is continuing to take a look back at the evolution of U.S. space program. Fox's Eben Brown reports in the second of our 5-part series now.
Fox on Tech, the evolution of spaceflight.
When the Soviets launched Sputnik, the race to the moon was officially underway with the United States.
They tell us the world may never be the same again.
From Fox's old movie-tone newsreels, those cinema audiences could see the great ballistic missiles that were intended to carry things and people to space.
Leaving Cape Canaveral, Florida, the Vanguard is under perfect control.
The U.S. Project Vanguard would not be successful, but later NASA would bring manned American spaceflight in competition with the Russians. The Soviets did a lot of things first, including the first spacewalk in March of 1965. In June of that year, American Ed White would leave his Gemini capsule for all of 23 minutes.
I'm under my own control. Okay, I'm turning over. It looks beautiful. I feel like $1 million.
Next would be the 3-man Apollo missions with the goal of beating the Russians to the moon. With Fox on Tech, I'm Eben Brown, Fox News.
WMUN 92.5 FM and all the other ways to listen and consume us. Live noon to 3 every day. Tony Katz today. He will be following all of the stories that you would probably expect to be followed and live updates. In fact, oftentimes there are things coming out of the White House and beyond where he has first word for you right here on WMUN. Local story that we were asked to look in on has some eyebrows raised, I guess, and some questions being asked and answered. We looked for the facts, and we have just those right now. The end of the story is that the League of Women Voters of Muncie, Delaware County did not fund some hang tags. You know, when people come door to door, sometimes maybe it's a contractor or some sort of a service provider, they might hang a little thing on your doorknob. You've had that happen before if you live especially in city limits around wherever parts you live. And it's kind of an advertisement for whatever it is that is being explained on that hang tag. Well, some are receiving and have received just in the last several days, or maybe a little longer, I guess I don't know how long, a tag that is advocating for and explaining the vote centers in Delaware County. We have done the exact same thing here on WMUN and the rest of the Wolf Boom Radio Group. The difference now for the May 5th primary and beyond is that Delaware County has made the switch to the vote center way, where you can go and vote in any precinct, or you don't have to vote in your own precinct. You can vote at any of the vote centers that is convenient for you during voting time. There's even 2 locations for early voting, and all of this is obviously needing to be explained, and that's why we're doing it and have been and will continue to here on WMUN. Anything new, especially when it's an improvement like this, we want to make sure everybody knows how to get their vote counted. Well, anyway, on the hang tags, from what we've been told, on one side of the hang tag is QR codes. You know what those are? You can snap them with your camera, and then it'll fly you to a website or a URL to explain or show you something. And each of the QR codes are for informational purposes of where these vote centers are and so on and so forth. Linda Hansen explained that to you if you're a regular listener to Delaware County Today. She did that here on WMUN last week. I think it was last week. And you can replay that, by the way, if you need to still be informed. Well, the thing we were asked to look in on was on the other side of that hang tag is information from the Delaware County Democratic Party. Well, the question was, who funded that hang tag? Again, we were asked to look into it. We asked Linda Hansen from the Delaware County, the Muncie Delaware County League of Women Voters, and she specifically said to me yesterday or last night in a text or an email, it was an email answer for what it's worth, and said that they agreed to provide that information to both parties, by the way, the Democrat Party and the Republican Party, and the proof, that is to say, the document that she had approved had a disclaimer at the bottom of the League of Women Voters logo on that side of the hang tag that said that no funds were provided by the League of Women Voters, Muncie, Delaware County. And she sent me a copy of that, too, so I could see it. I certainly believe that was the case. And the hang tag itself does not have that disclaimer. We did ask a follow-up question, which we haven't seen an answer to just yet, from Linda Hansen, spokesperson for the League of Women Voters, Muncie, Delaware County. And again, we're just following up on that story that we were asked to look into, because that's what you do when you are a news talk and a sports talk and a community talk radio station. So again, the point of the story is simply this. Vote centers are coming. May 5th is the primary. Make certain you understand where you are able to go, and please do get out and vote. We have also explained in no uncertain terms that the mathematics of the way it works, not just in Delaware County, not just in Indiana, but in far too many places in our great country, people don't exercise their rights to vote as often as they should. And we want you to do that, would you? All right, May 5th, the primary, and then the general election comes in November. This is Delaware County Today. Program note, baseball. A road game today. That will be none other than the Ball State Cardinals, of course, and Rich Maloney at the Indiana Hoosiers at Bloomington. They'll have that 6 o'clock first pitch. 5:45 is the pregame here on WMUN, made possible by automaticpoolcovers.com. We also think, and I'm pretty sure this is accurate because Kurt Darling, our Wolf Boom sports director, knows sports of all sorts, that they've added a Wednesday game. So April the 8th, tomorrow, as we're talking here live on radio, there will be a game at Shebeck Stadium, and we will have that one too. It is an additional game, not on the original calendar, so we're going to bring you some Ball State Cardinal baseball today at 5:45 pregame, and then tomorrow, the April 8th contest from Shebeck Stadium. That's fun. That's good stuff. Let's see here. Next item. I'm looking around here for those that are watching the replay. You're going, boy, if he was on the radio, no one could see what he was doing right now. But no, those cameras, look at that. A new survey reveals that when you were born just might affect your pets.
Take a pause.
Is your pet your best friend or more like your child? A new survey from pet sitting website Rover.com says the answer to that question is split among generations.
Millennials might actually be seeing their pets as children or practicing parenting with a partner on how to care for those animals.
Phil Tedeschi is Rover's human-animal connection expert.
Somebody's, let's say, moving into retirement. Many persons see those animals as now important companions and best friends.
That survey also says 7 in 10 pet parents believe having a pet makes it easier to develop friendships. And the vast majority of the 1,000 pet parents surveyed said generations can agree a pet's love is one of the most important factors when it comes to overall human happiness.
Some of the most reliable and critical relationships people have often include their animals or with their animals.
Take a pause. Jill Nato, Fox News.
WMUN, everybody's looking at their brackets this morning, maybe, or at least the few of you that had any chance to win. I can tell you in no uncertain terms, TJ is the champion of the Wolf Boom bracket. Taylor Johnson, one of our account executives, is the champion and receives all of the swag. Congratulations to him for winning. I like TJ a lot, but I was rooting for our Sean Mattingly, chief technologist, who I believe picked his brackets by colors, team colors. No, I think he actually told me he did the quick pick like I did. I did not do well. I was out within the first, couple of rounds. And I was also rooting for Mitch Hank, who was doing quite well for some time, too. He is our afternoon talker on Oldies 101 from the Wolf Boom radio group. It is, 8:52 now, getting closer to our last item in just a moment. I do have confirmation that the game time tomorrow will be 4 p.m. first pitch. And I think it is at Shebeck Stadium. I'm assuming that Manchester is the foe of the Ball State Cardinals. The confirmation is 3:45 pre-game, right ahead of the 4 o'clock first pitch for the added game for April the 8th here on WMUN News Talk, Sports Talk, Community Talk. We're the talk radio of Muncie, one of 6 formats in the Wolf Boom radio group. One mission, though, we use our voice to build and connect our community. All right, now we're up to the final item for today. She's still on injured reserve. We hope that she's able to come back soon. Janice, talking about doing good at the Mini Mart from the 2019 archives.
The Dean's List with Janice Dean.
A customer and 2 police officers from Washington State make the Dean's List for saving the life of a store manager. Devinder Pat Singh works at the 7-Eleven in Kent, Washington, and credits several people for saving his life after a confrontation with a suspected shoplifter. After Mr. Singh went down, a woman who is a regular customer at the store is seen on video starting CPR. By the time police arrived, Mr. Singh had been without a heartbeat for several minutes. They took over, delivering a shock with a defibrillator. Mr. Singh says he remembers the officer's words when his heart started beating again, and he regained consciousness.
You are gone, but you are back. It is the highest level of humanity.
Doctors treated Mr. Singh for a blockage in his heart. He and his family invited the woman who performed CPR to their house to thank her in person. Thank you all for acting so quickly and saving Mr. Singh's life. You are all real-life heroes. Janice Dean, Fox News.
Thank you, Janice. Always nice to hear the good, kind words while we end our program. And we have those during the program, too. From Studio B on the campus of Wolf Boom Radio, we use our voice to build and connect our community. If you ever want to reach out, please do so. You can phone in and leave a voicemail message, 289-NEWS, 289-6397. Show questions and compliments are always welcome as well. You can also email us, WMUN@wolfboom.com. For Jackson Jacoby, producing in the Axia Command Center today, I'm Steve Lindell, back again tomorrow morning for Delaware County Today on WMUN.